Much Boxing back at it with another live stream. You already see the title, the $50 million saga. Let's get into it, man. Now, the man Deontay Wilder apparently, on social media, he threw out a video out there on his Instagram saying that he has sent the man Eddie Hearn and his manager, AJ's manager, or trainer Rob McCracken, a $50 million offer. You know what I mean? Now, this is coming off the strength that a few weeks ago, Anthony Joshua had an interview with IFL TV, and he says, "You know what? Okay, how about this? This is AJ's words. He said, "Look, you give me $50 million, and let's make the fight happen." So the man, Deontay Wilder, I guess, is calling his bluff. You know what I mean? Try to make this fight happen. $50 million. Some people are skeptical. Does this money really exist? I listened to Eddie Hearn do his little interview on IFL TV. You know what I mean? And he said, "Damn, man, like, look, I just got to New York and already, you know what I'm saying? Like, the man ain't even have no time to breathe or even relax. You know what I'm saying? It's probably as soon as he landed off the airplane, probably ain't have no Wi-Fi all up in the air in the sky when he landed in JFK." The man probably seen his phone blowing up, and you know, people on his ass, man. They like, look, now the man is offered $50 million. Now the ball is actually in Deontay Wilder's court. You know what I mean? With Deontay Wilder offering $50 million, they actually now seize and control momentum of the situation. You know what I'm saying? They call the shots. You know what I mean? With $50 million, I think the man Anthony Joshua should take that money. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. That's what the man asked for. He said, "You give me $50 million and we can make this fight." You know what I'm saying? I think that's reasonable. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, $50 million for AJ. Whatever the man Deontay Wilder, I guess, expects to make, that'll come on the back end, whether it'll be from the live gate or whatever. You know what I mean? He probably throwing out this offer trying to give him 50 million, knowing damn well he himself will not make 50 million. You check it whether he gets 35 million, whatever it is, it'll actually be the biggest payday of both guys' careers. Both guys need each other, same way Floyd and Pacquiao needed each other. Without Pacquiao, Floyd would never have made that 280 to $300 million he did on Maypac on May 2nd, 2015. You know what I mean? Same way with Manny Pacquiao. He wouldn't have made that kind of money, over 100 million, over 150 million, if he didn't fight the man Manny Pacquiao. So both guys need each other. Eddie Hearn, his bluff has been called. Now it's him to time for him to counteract. You know what I mean? $50 million is reasonable. I think, in my opinion, that's money. That's life changing money right there. The man Anthony Joshua could retire off of that 50 million. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, forget about that. How about with a rematch? You know what I mean? Although I have heard, I've heard. I don't know if they're from credible sources, you know what I mean? But I did read this off of Boxing Scene. So Boxing Scene actually said, you know what I mean, like there's no rematch clause, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. Well, that's something that Eddie Hearn and them will probably have to get in the boardroom and renegotiate with Wilder about a rematch clause. You know what I mean? I personally think there should be a rematch clause. You know what I'm saying? I think if the AJ makes $50 million in the first fight, and it's an awesome fight, that's a close fight, a vicious knockout, just something that the fans would like to see again, then guys, they more than likely will double their money. You know what I'm saying? For that 50 million, man could probably make all 75 to 100 million. You never know, you know what I'm saying? But all I know is if they have a rematch and or a trilogy, that's just more bucks in their bank account for both fighters, you know what I mean? I think Showtime is responsible for helping Deontay Wilder procure that $50 million, you know what I mean? Showtime is responsible for the three of the biggest fights in boxing history: Mayweather McGregor, Mayweather Pacquiao, Mayweather Canoli. You know what I mean? Them fights right there broke pay-per-view records back to back to back, and live gates too. You know what I mean? So, these guys are in, Showtime. Espinoza said a few weeks ago that he would like to get involved, and if he has to, they will get involved in the process of trying to make this fight happen. You know what I'm saying? And straight up, that's a good look for Showtime, you know what I mean? Because they both have both fighters on Showtime. They should make this fight happen before the man Anthony Joshua jumps ship and goes over to HBO, because HBO is long, and that's why HBO is actually showcasing heavyweights now, because they're trying to get to get the man Anthony Joshua to cross over the street to come to HBO. You know what I mean? So the Showtime need to make that fight happen ASAP before the man jumps ship and goes over to the other side of the street to fight the likes of Big Baby Miller and the Duhapases and the Marius Walks of the world. You know what I mean? You check it. So B Marsh Boxer, let me know what y'all think about this situation, this $50 million saga. I think it's legit. It's legit. Only way to find out if it's not legit is if for Anthony Joshua to accept. You know what I mean? That's the only way, really and truly. Everybody could have their opinions on where the money is coming from, if Deontay Wilder really has that money. You know, I've seen a lot of people say some nut ass shit on here on YouTube, man, and y'all some noodles, man. If you're not in the boardroom or with Shelly Finkel, Al Heyman, and these guys, Lou DiBella, they shut the f up, man. You have no actually no. You don't know what's really going on. I personally really don't know what's going on. I'm just going off the headlines. And like I said, the only way for us to find out if Deontay Wilder is full of ish like a bathroom is for the man Anthony Joshua to get in the negotiation table and say, bet, let's make this fight happen. Let's see if these guys can come up with the 50 mil, which I'm pretty sure they will, man. Shit, man. All the fucking Showtime, all they got to know is 50 people with $1 million just to invest that kind of money, you know what I'm saying? And sure enough, man, 50 people with $1 million each in USA, man, is a place where there's no country on the planet Earth that got more millionaires than the United States. So that money is not, it's not a long shot, you know what I'm saying? It's not unforeseeable that the money is there, probably in somebody's bank account. You know what I mean? I don't know if Deontay Wilder has that personally in his possession at the given time, but nobody walks around with $50 million straight up and down unless you try to get your head blown off your shoulders, you know what I'm saying? Straight up, you know? So I think Deontay Wilder's team does have that money. It's Showtime, Espinoza, and them. Man, they got more than $50 million. This is CBS, the parent company. Remember that. B Marsh Boxer, leave your thoughts and comments, and I'm gone. One. Oh shit! I just seen 1225429 in the chat. Oh, 1224529. What's going on, sis? How you doing? She's in the chat. She says, "What's good, yeah, brother B Marsh? Everything's all good. You know what I mean? Now we just waiting to see if the man Anthony Joshua will put the pressure on Deontay Wilder. Like, show me the money. Show me the money. Give thanks, sis. She says I'm blessed. You know what I mean? No question, man. Give thanks. You know what I mean? But real talk, man. It's up to the man Anthony Joshua to call the man Anthony Joshua to Deontay Wilder's bluff right about now, if that's the case. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are skeptical about this. You know what I mean? I'm not skeptical at all. I'm considering who's backing both fighters. You know what I mean? Showtime has invested in Anthony Joshua. You think they were putting Anthony Joshua fights at 5 p.m. Eastern just for the hell of it? Nah, man. They put this in with the intention of making a Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua fight. 122244529 says Eddie Hearn dropped the ball on this one, fam. Yeah, man. I seen his interview up on IFL, man. The man looked shell shocked. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so they have $50 million. Where's it coming from? Who's got this? No, who gives a fuck, man? Money ain't got no name on it, dogs. You know what I'm saying? The same dollar that probably a homeless person has outside, you know what I'm saying? However they spend it will end up with a billionaire. Maybe in the same day. Straight up, you know what I mean? Money ain't got no name. 1225429 says they were the A side, and if they take it, there will be the B side. Hey, well, that's on them, you know what I mean? This is the United States of America, you know what I'm saying? This is where the biggest purses, biggest box of events been put on, you know what I mean? It started back with fellas like Carpentier and Jack Dempsey, you know what I'm saying? $1 million gates, you know what I mean? Little Atlantic City, you know, when they Mike Tyson and Michael Spinks. You know, they could have done that over there in Las Vegas, but Trump said, "Nah, we're gonna do this in Atlantic City," and they had the biggest gate up until, you know, later fights came along. Maybe whether it was, you know, Lennox Lewis and Tyson, or De La Hoya and Floyd, or, you know, these type of events. You know what I mean? So it's the United States, man. You gotta show me when the biggest purses, the biggest events ever happened in the UK as far as boxing. No question, they got a stadium that could hold 90,000 people. You know what I mean? But up until they beat all them fights that I mentioned, biggest purse, biggest paydays, the biggest grossing live gates, they all happen in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? Straight up. So it's up to Anthony Joshua and them to really consider. Hey, man. Yeah, it's all sweet over there in the UK, man. But you want to be a global star in the United States? Come over here, across the Atlantic, and let's make this fight happen. B Marsh Boxing by the Seal the Deal. Give thanks, sis, for coming through. 1224529. About to seal the deal on this live stream, and I'm gone. More to come. All right, one.